Hey Queen, so I'm back with another video, and in this video I'm going to finally share with you guys 5 things that helped my hair grow from the beginning of my journey until now. So let's get into the video, Queens. Alright, so I went natural, I would say about 4 years ago. And February is when I started my journey, and then in August or July is when I did my big shower, and that was about 4 years ago. And when I first decided that I wanted to go natural, I really didn't know too much about natural hair at all. And so of course that's when I decided that I needed to do some research fast. And so when I went natural, of course research came from different places. YouTube, Google, friends and family. I had help during the beginning of my journey. But of course, when you do research, a lot of times you're going to find some things that you just don't need or that is just not facts. And so what I would do was I would take some of that information that I felt like I can use, and then I will recycle the rest. So research was like basically the first thing that came to my mind once I decided to go natural. Research, research, research. Basically the first thing I can say that helped me start my journey, my healthy natural hair journey. Alright, so let's go on to the second thing that I feel like is very important in my natural hair journey today. Products. Number 2 is for products. So after using some of the tools and products that came from my research, I still had to do a lot of recycling. Because of course, all of our hair is different. And what works for you may not work for me. And so that's when I started to narrow down some of the products that I was using. And that's when I realized that less products for me and my hair is great. Because when you first go natural, you get really overwhelmed with what you see. There's a lot of naturals that use different things. And you click on this video, you click on that video, and you think that you need all these things that you see, but you don't. Little do you know, your hair might not even like what you're looking at. You might not even need to use as much things as you see. So as time went on, I started to realize that, you know what, I don't need to buy all of these products in order to have healthy hair. I have to find what works for me and stick with that. And so buying a lot of products started to stop. I would say about 6 months into my natural hair journey, I started to only use products that I felt like my hair really liked. And if you are a veteran on my channel, you know that, or you should have noticed that a lot of times I will rock with one product and I will rock with that product for months. Before pink lotion, I was rocking with something else. And before that product, I was rocking with something else. Because my hair is telling me, yes, this is what I love. I don't need anything else. This is taking care of the job, and this is what I listen to. And so I narrowed my products down, and my routine became so much more easier. And so I started to buy less, and I started to see my hair still growing and shining. And so as time went by, I started realizing that my hair loves less products. And so buying a lot of products was not the case anymore. You know, it likes to stick with the same thing. If I use a product and my hair tells me that it really likes this product, I stick with that product to the point where I constantly use the product because my hair is telling me that it wants that product over and over. And I know it's funny because a lot of times you hear people say, oh, you shouldn't use something over and over because this or that gets used to it. But for my hair, that does not fall into that category at all. My hair loves the same products and the same routine. So that's what I do. I give it the same products and I do the same routine. Number 3 is deep conditioning hot oil treatments. Has helped me through my healthy natural hair journey. So I want to start with hot oil treatments first. I've always did a hot oil treatment. Even when I was perm, for some reason I did a hot oil treatment. And once I became natural, I just continued on doing hot oil treatments. Now, for hot oil treatment for me, I don't do them all the time. I notice that my hair likes them when it's needed. And most of the time that is once a month. But now that my hair is getting longer, it needs more of the treatments. So now I give it 2 to 3 treatments a month. And I believe it's because it's the winter. And that's probably because of the cold air out there. And on top of that, my hair is growing. So once the summertime comes, of course I'm going to pay attention to it to see if it still needs it 2 to 3 times a month. And if it doesn't, then I'm going to go back to once a month. So I know there's someone out there that wants to know, how do you know when your hair needs a hot oil treatment? So this is how I determine whether my hair needs a hot oil treatment. If my hair is irritated for a long period of time, I give myself a hot oil treatment. If for some reason I'm lacking some moisture, I think of a hot oil treatment. Especially after I feel like I have done everything else that I normally do in my routine for my hair and something still is not right, then that's when I feel like it's missing something. And that's when a hot oil treatment comes into play. Another way I realize or I notice when I need a hot oil treatment is when my hair is flaking, like more than normal. So I know that when your hair flakes, of course, some people automatically think that it's itching. But that's not the case. Sometimes your hair flakes and it doesn't itch. It means that it's not dirty. It's just dry and it's flaking. And then there's times where your hair flakes and it's itching, and that means that it's buildup and you might need to wash it. I'm talking about when my hair just flakes and there's no itching. I just feel like, alright, now my hair needs a treatment. If this seems like this is happening more than normal, then that's when I think of a hot oil treatment. Let's get into deep conditioners now. Deep conditioners is the best. I love them. I love everything about a deep conditioner. Deep conditioners is the cherry on top. It completes the package. Okay? It brings back the moisture. It keeps the moisture. It holds the moisture. It shows the moisture. Yeah. Deep conditioners is very important to me. I do a deep conditioner anytime I wash or co-wash my hair. For example, in 1 year, I might have missed or not deep conditioned my hair maybe 3 or 4 times in 1 year. And that is nothing. In 1 year, 365 days, that's nothing. I make sure that I have time to deep condition my hair. Because I noticed that when I don't deep condition my hair behaves funny. It does not act the same. And that goes for a leave-in conditioner as well. Sometimes when I don't use a leave-in conditioner, my hair is acting really weird. It's telling me, you missed a step. And I'll be like, you know what? I did miss a step. So deep conditioning is so important. And I feel like that's what played a major part in my hair growing. Number 4 is clipping your ends and dusting. And I know if you are just clicking on this video and you don't know who I am, or if you are a new queen and you're like, what is she talking about? Dusting. What are you talking about? Dusting? She dusting what? What? She got dust on her hair? Is she serious? Listen, I dust all year round. Dusting for me has work. yeah, it has worked. It has worked. And it has worked. The last time I dust was 2 months ago. And if you can see how my ends are looking, you can tell that it works. And I've been doing this dusting technique or method, whatever you want to call it, since I started my journey. And so I knew I had to take matters into my own hands when it came to everything. Everything. Styling, caring, and clipping. And so that's when dusting came about. At first, I didn't know when I should dust, because I didn't want to clip my ends like all the time, because I just felt like sometimes it wasn't needed and sometimes I was clipping it but it wasn't needed at the time. I was clipping new growth, so basically I wasn't going anywhere. I would gain new growth and then I would clip it away because I didn't know when I should clip my ends. But I would say once I got into my yearly mark, I started to figure it out. And I started to notice when I needed to clip my ends. And I also started to notice what was causing my hair to need to be clipped so soon sometimes. Because sometimes I just felt like my ends were like crying for help really fast. That's why paying attention to your hair is important, which is something I'm going to talk about in the last topic. Once I started to learn my hair, I noticed that I don't need to clip my ends every 4 months or every 3 months. At that point, I'm just noticing the new growth that is coming in. And then at that time, I'm also noticing that my ends are looking a little straggly or have a lot of single strand knots. And so I'm clipping off more than what's needed. And so that's when the dusting came about. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to clip off a lot. I'm just going to clip off a little teeny weeny bit. And I mean a little teeny weeny bit. And that little teeny weeny bit will go sometimes a long way, and then sometimes it wouldn't. And that's when I started to notice that some of the styles or techniques that I'm doing is causing my dusting routine to not last as long as it should. Those styles basically were twist outs, wash and goes. I didn't do too many braid outs. When I would twist my hair to stretch, basically twist outs, because I would twist my hair to stretch and then I will wear the twist out, and I will wear it out for a few days because that's when my hair would be stretched enough for me to do a protective style. So that was my first routine that I was doing. I would wash my hair or co-wash my hair, of course condition, whatever. Twist my hair up. Sometimes I would wear the twist for a couple of days, maybe 1 day, 2 days, it just depends. But most of the time I would unravel the twist and wear it as a twist out. And then of course, the longer you wear it, the more stretched your hair gets. So that was the whole point. But that wasn't really doing me justice. It was basically taking me steps back. And once I figured that out, I'm like, you know what? This is just not good. This is just not good. And I could have mentioned it then, but I wasn't quite sure if that's what it was. Until I would say some months ago when I'm just like, you know what? This is what's causing this. And I know that this might not be something that a lot of twist out queens want to hear, but this is the truth. This is just the truth. Like, twist outs, they are amazing. They look great. They give, especially when you do it right, you have that amazing definition, and it's just shining, and it's just wavy, and you can just see the ocean, and you just like mesmerized. But you know what? The longer you wear the style, the more problems you will have. And that's just the truth. So yeah, dusting became something that I started to do. And I realized that all I have to do is my hair 1 time a year. And so I dust 3 or 2 times a year. And then I clip once I get to the end of the year. And so this is 2 months of dusting. And as you can see, I have did a great job, I must say. And that's why I feel like dusting, for me, works amazing. Alright, so for the last last category, y'all, which is the 3 P's. Do y'all know what that is? Take a guess. Take a guess. What do you think 3 P's stand for? Alright, so let me tell you, right? Patience, protecting, and paying attention. Those so important to me in my natural hair journey. I hear it all the time. Serena, you have so much patience. How do you do it? It's unbelievable. Oh my God. Do you really do all of that? I can't believe it. How much time did it take? I couldn't even do it. What? It looks so hard as I watch you do it. I would already stop. These are the things that I hear. But you know what? I'm never going to stop having patience for my hair. Because patience is something that is very important. I noticed that being patient with my hair, as far as with my curls, is a must. I noticed that being patient with my hair when it comes to my styles is a must. I noticed that being patient with my hair to see the health, the growth, and everything I have done to make it be that way is patience. It's patience, it's patience, it's patience. And I'm willing to have as much patience as it takes to get my hair as healthy as it can be. Because during my perm days, never felt like my hair was healthy. It may look healthy, but it really wasn't healthy. I wasn't doing a lot of things that I do now. Like, yeah, I was doing hot oil treatment and I was styling it, but a lot of times I didn't know when to clip it. I wasn't clipping it when it needed to be clipped. I was using a lot of heat. I would blow dry it all the time. I would use flat irons. That was a daily thing. Yes, it was flowing and it was beautiful and it was glowing, but it was damaged. And on top of the chemical, which is the perm that I had, it just was a mess. It was a mess. So once I went natural, I said, I'm going to be so patient. I'm going to pay so much attention, and I'm going to protect my hair because I want to see it healthy to the fullest. And so I stood by those words and I still stand by them now. Some people feel like, oh, I've seen some couple of videos, does protecting work? Does it really work? I don't know if it really works. Or was that just clickbait? I don't know. Because you know what? We got a lot of clickbaiting going on out here. And you know what? I should do a video on unpopular opinion because I think that there's a couple of things that probably should be said that some people might not say. And at this point, I just feel like it needs to be said. It just needs to be said. But I don't know. I might do that video, and so y'all might see me with the same shirt on, and if y'all do, y'all know that I got right into the next video. But yeah, patience, protecting, and paying attention has got me here. Yeah, let me get out of here, guys, because, yeah, I think I might be doing unpopular opinion. So I guess I will see you guys in the next one, but before you go, if you are a new queen, please hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and share. I have a vlog channel that's called Serena Stays Home. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Serena Natural Styles. So I'm out of here, guys.